Hello everyone, we are back again with my and your favorite algebra. Okay, so this is actually a step only from my previous video. I put a Germany Olympiad question, and this is the timestamp. And here I just try to factorize this cubic equation, and I got my answers for y. But a lot of my subscribers are asking, a lot of you guys are asking that how did I get suddenly, like how did I know that I have to write this y only as like negative of 25y, positive of 26y, like how come that suddenly, and then this as it is, right? Okay, so this was factorization. This I understand that I did a lot of questions and then I got here in factorization and all. Obviously, you didn't see my struggle getting here, but suppose you are doing it for the first time. How would you know how to do it, right? So let's talk about that real quick. How to solve cubic equation if nothing is given. How to solve it, okay? I am not going to show factorization method, I guess, but okay, let's see. So here I think I'm gonna go for a synthetic division right now. How? For division you have to have some other thing to divide with, right? Okay, so it's cubic. I know it's a little difficult than obviously the easiest linear and quadratic, right? We can use quadratic formula, middle term splitting and other things. This is cubic, right? So this y minus 130 equals to 0, right? Now first step is going to be hit and trial. Hit and trial. I think you call it trial and error method as well. Like, I don't know, so many regions, so many names, we are talking about same thing. So what do we do in here? We try to get one factor of this. One factor of cubic expression or equation, you can say. How? What do you mean by factor? When I put y that thing, it gives me the answer 0. Okay. So that's easiest here because it's just this plus y minus 130 equals 0. I need to make it 0. Let's try putting 0 first. 0 cube plus 0 minus 130. Is it equals to 0? Nope. So 0 is not the factor. Okay. Let's change it. Let's try 1. Is it making 0? No. Now, let's put some trick here. Like, let's try to do some trick. I have y's cube. Y's cube I have. And again, y I have. Okay. And I have minus of 130. I can only make zeros when this thing becomes positive 130. So that I make negative 130 and it becomes 0, right? So how would I make that? I'm gonna go for y is equals to 5. Let's try this. 5 cube, 5, 130. It makes 125 plus 5 is 130. What is this thing giving you? 130 minus 130, which is back to 0, right? That means y is equals to 5 is the factor of my cubic. We got our one factor. Now it's cubic. If one factor is linear, what would be other factor? Cubic can be written as linear factor times quadratic factor. I hope you all should. Yeah. Now my cubic is y cube plus y minus 130. I need my factor y is equals to 5. How can I write it in bracket form or in this form? Use just this linear part, and we need a quadratic equation to multiply still. Okay. Here comes the synthetic division. Now what is that? This is cool stuff. This is just the alternative of long division of polynomial. So let's see. You have to put the cubic first of all. This line, this line. Quickly write cubic equation, y cube, y square, y power 1, 1 power 0, or you can put it constant. So coefficients you have to write. Coefficients. What is my coefficient of y cube? 1. What is coefficient of y square? None. Please do not miss it. You can't miss it. There has to be a 0. What is coefficient of y only? What is your constant? What was your linear factor? Y is equals to 5 was the answer. Just put 5. Okay. Careful. Easy. First comes this one as it is. I hope this makes sense. Now, this 5 multiply 1, write it here. 5. Now what is 0 and 5? Like 0 and 5 gives you 5. Okay. Now this 5 multiply here. 5 times 5, 25. What is 1 and 25? 26. What is 5 times 26? 130. What is negative 130, positive 130? See, this is remainder. I hope you understood this whole thing. Let me write it quickly and neatly. So we were having this plus y minus 130 equals 0. I have found this linear factor times quadratic expression would be here equals to 0. Now I just made this. Here would be cubic factor, square, 1, constant. 1 here, 0 here, 1 here, negative 130. Here would be the factor y is equals to 5. So that goes here, 5. Now, 1 as it is, 1 time. So 1 times 5. 5 times 5 and 0 makes 0. Okay. 5 times 5, that makes 26. 5 times 26, that makes 0. 0 is the remainder. Now, the thing I got, this thing, this is giving me 1 power less. Here it was cubic, this became coefficient of square. This became coefficient of 1, this became constant. Now this quadratic is here. 1, this one, y square plus 5y plus 26, right? Now that's what I did in that question. When I got my this thing, I wrote it in factored form, but eventually I reached here only, and it was y minus 5 y square plus 5y plus 26 is equals to 0. Then I put this one equals to 0 and I put this one equals to 0. That gave me imaginary answers. This gave me imaginary answer, and the only real answer for my this equation was from this thing, which gave me y is equals to 5. So yep, that is all synthetic division. I hope you understood it. This is not that chaotic, I hope. And yep, that's it for today. Try to find its linear factor first. Times quadratic. You have to find the quadratic from the synthetic division if possible, and comment down the answer of x. So that's it for today. I hope you understood this whole question, and I hope your doubts got cleared. And yeah, that is it for today. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye bye.